Just more golems behind the door. It'd be so great, honestly. It would actually be pretty funny. They're like, yeah, I got him. Now I can just charge on through. No, there's more. This looks bad. It's either torture or experimentation. Let's see. What are those instruments that are up there? I don't really see a whole lot of necessarily torture tools here. This is Pan. Clearly, whatever the heck they have here was supposed to be latched down. Also, these arms are kind of strange. How would you get those in position? Oh, it moves. Like these entire things slide along the racks here. Unknown. In any case. Oh! Oh! So how big is this armor? Oh, there's a skeleton here. We'll figure that out later. You there. Let us do battle with your silly little Ulpike. It's actually gargantuan, but yeah, it's still silly. Actually, incredibly useless weapon in a 1-versus-1 battle. If we were to consider the concept of having like an entire wall of these guys sitting around somewhere, that would be horrifying. But yeah. I think this is actually where they manufactured the golems. Not necessarily just armor. Because it's kind of just not what you do with armor, to my knowledge. Yeah. And because of all the weird stuff that's sitting around here? Yeah. Yeah, no. No, I think this is for the golems. Those horrid, horrid golems. What is that? We'll investigate later. Yeah. The plot thickens. Kind of. Not really thickening that much if it is, but yeah. Anyway. Definitely check out all this stuff. An encased crystal emitting an intense blue glow? What is this for? What does it do? What does it do? Oh, hello. You've got a slightly more relevant weapon, but you're still probably incapable of dealing red damage, honestly. And absolutely incapable of causing me any real fear. Yeah, I don't know. Like, these spears are comparatively light versus, say, an actual halberd. Just kind of bend him over the chair. You can't really maneuver there, so I'm just going to keep beating at you. Also, if you're considering, if you're like thinking, why don't you get the Remise perk so that when you swing, you get swing in each direction? The reason for that being, it kind of hurts your capacity to defend with a shield. Also, I don't really utilize the left swing very often. And when I do want to, I do it manually. Alright, anyway. Maybe I should, say, close this door or something. Actually, which way did I come in from? I don't know. Well, if there's 2 empty spaces for knights over here. No, that's a new area. There's a skeleton even walking around over there. I'm just going to close that for a while so that nothing like just kind of wanders through. And so that I remember which way I'm going. Alright, time to go through this open door. What is this? What is this? Weird armor racks. For the golems, I'm assuming, once again. Huh! They slide around and everything. Let me see if I can actually get a... Yeah. Just fell off its hook. Well, fell off its rack. It's still on the hook. But, that's kind of weird. Okay. Whoa! I'm glad I got that on camera. I didn't really quite get to see what happened there, but that was interesting. Anyway, some damaged plate rear bases. That's actually not a thing that I've ever heard of before, honestly. Before this game. Despite actually having done decent, what am I thinking? Gosh dang it. Research into plate armor several times in my life, and having legitimately worn this stuff. But yeah, I don't know. Probably of my own fault rather than anything else. But yeah. There's nothing in that chest because it's, well, yeah. Anyway, there's a lot of really, really short stepping ladders. These are light enough that I can move them around, but I can't use them. I'm sorry, these don't appear to be that big. Can I try to put it on top of me? What is this? What is that? Mounting, I'm going to assume, for these guys. Huh. Weird. Anyway, nothing in here, just kind of interesting, more machinery, basically. Cry Havoc. There's a guy wandering around here. I want to kill him first. What? No. I recognize that kind of furnace from a particular video. I mean, it wouldn't make any sense for it to be present near one of these guys, but... Ow. Hey. Yeah, I just heard a door in the distance, suggesting I might want to move. Oh. The game is lagging again. Very distinctly. This is a huge area. I can kind of see why it might, but, I love these kinds of fights. Where you're basically using the same equipment, so everything is, extremely cut parry. Failed my crouching combat. Not that time, though. The sword just, very, very slowly floats through the air. There's all kinds of stuff here, but I do want to investigate that guy that I saw over there. Okay, so deflection kind of seems pointless to me, honestly, because if you're just wearing full armor, pretty much everything is covered just about the same. As long as, of course, it's, not exceptional or something, or just entirely different tiers of armor. So it kind of seems pointless to worry about that too much. But at the same time, yeah, it's definitely a thing in real life that you totally do. But yeah, anyway. I just don't exactly know how this game's armor system quite works in that matter of coverage, whether or not each individual piece actually has relevant coverage values within the piece, aside from just the coverage value that's already present. But yeah, anyway. We're getting into the point where I don't actually have to worry about much of this. I don't like the remise. I could just do dual wielding for a little bit just to show it off. It's really funny, actually. I mean, I actually do occasionally try to use a feint, but... Oh my goodness. This area is large. Oh, hi. That's where he is. Hello. Everything is still moving in slow motion. We're just going to deal with it. Sorry. I mean, it does make this kind of sequence kind of cooler. Oh no. He pulled me. How dare you? Huh. When you get too close with shields, and then just kind of like nothing succeeds for a little while. Oh my goodness. This level is huge. I'm just thinking back about, on the rest of the actual level, in the midst of a fight, I might add. But still, it's not a super high stakes fight. He doesn't have something that can actually like deal red damage to me, so it's just kind of like if I get low, then I'm in some trouble, but yeah, anyway. But this level is gargantuan. I don't remember any other level actually being nearly this size. Like the labyrinth on the first level was fairly big, and like the rest of the first level was decent sized in general. But yeah, just dude, there's been so much here. All the rooms are gargantuan. There's just been a bajillion doors, so many huge knights just running around and beating the crap out of me. And all kinds of just items that I've been tossing around onto the floor. And yet, still, it's still going. And here we're seeing, molds, basically. Interesting. So they would have basically produced the entire golem here. I mean, it makes sense. You don't want to have to ship the entire thing, like, a huge distance across the entire place in order to do whatever the heck they do to it to make it live, really. But still. Yeah. It's just interesting. Now, of course, I'm not, like, a smith or anything, so I couldn't tell you how, like, complete their set of equipment is here. But, still. It's pretty cool. More shields. No kite shield still. Or any sort of tower shield, for that matter. I think this is just a cute little short sword. Yeah. Short swords have their place in society. They absolutely do. Come with me, little one. Anyway. Ooh, a pole hammer. We've seen those things before, though, so it doesn't really matter. This area is pretty well lit. I could use my better helmet. A heavy padded coat. I think that's actually about the same as my present one. It's better, actually. It is definitely better. Yeah. Well, there we go. Superior plate armor, and I've got superior plate armor. I'm assuming these are the same. They should be. They are. Good. And armor doesn't, like, break or anything, fortunately, so don't have to worry about that. It's a poleaxe, basically. Actually, it is literally a poleaxe. Okay. Sometimes the titles of weapons are different than you might expect, but yeah. Usually not. The Speedum, for instance. What the heck is this? I've actually never heard of such a weapon before being used in any sort of European-style combat, honestly. The concept of a pole sword does exist, but it's like... Alright, anyway. What is that? Oh, no. This is just a big old two-handed sword. These silly, like, all-pike-style spears. Chests, actually. That's good, except they're empty. Oh, this is these are baskets of arrows. Yeah, that's what those would be. I'm like, what are these for? Yeah. Yeah, okay. They're just rusted bits of armor, empty chests, more rusted armor. This hopefully has something in it. Superior plate gauntlets, I'm pretty sure I've got exceptional, yeah. I don't know. All the armor that you get here is kind of cool. I would like to have more, kind of standardish armor, the kind of thing that you might find in the arena, you know? It's more like stereotypical armor that you might see in basically anywhere, rather than just a fantasy game. I don't know. Okay, so while the slow motion is kind of cool when you're in the middle of combat, it is obnoxious here. There's knights there. Golems, whatever. I mean, I get the reason why you have so many of these things, now that I've fought so freaking many of them, but did you really have to make all of these guys? And have them all fight everybody, basically? Honestly, I'd actually be a little bit happier if they did activate consistently. Because then you would at least know when they're going to do it, basically. As is, I can still technically prepare for them, but yeah. Because, like, I just kind of have to expect that every single one of them is going to do it. And it seems that every single knight can actually activate, but yeah. Exceptional plate armor. Yes. Unfortunately. Honestly, I like the look of the armor that I had before more. It's lighter, right? Yeah. Because the game, for some reason, doesn't really handle encumbrance values that well at higher tiers, because for some reason plate mail tends to be lighter than just wearing, like, chain and a bunch of chunks of leather. For some strange reason. Do not know. Anyway. I think it might have to do something with have something to do with the number of pieces that you're actually wearing rather than, like, I don't know. Rather than the total weight value. Or just the weight values for the later tier equipment is just really, really off. In any case, the calculations are weird. Don't think I've been this way. Just kind of shield bash the door, kind of. You know. Just plow through it. Pretty sure this is exceptional. No, it's superior. Which means it's the same. Oh well. There's a book here. I might not have seen that. This appears to have been an alchemical treatise holding many recipes for the transmutation of materials and producing magical effects. A great many of its pages seem to have been torn out in a terrible hurry. What is left is written in words that are mostly beyond your comprehension. Nothing super interesting. I don't need to carry it around with me. I'll set it on the table, though. So by the time those might have been healing jars. I think I've got exceptional. Yeah, I do. Also, I like how I asked for, like, a little bit more standard-ish plate armor, because that's what this is, basically. And I immediately got it, and I was just like, no. It doesn't match with my helmet. You know, there's no excuse for not using exceptional armor. That's just back to there. I think I missed something around here. Usually, yeah. I just kind of usually assume that I have, basically. Oh my goodness. Though I'm still just, like, wading through water with how slow I'm moving. Right. Oh, well, this door actually hasn't been opened at all. Something behind there. Just a guy. Just a guy. Come on. Come on. Don't know what the heck that was. Just makes a freaky noise and swings a big old weapon at me. That made him dramatically more intimidating than he actually is. For like a split second there. I mean, it's a pole hammer, so it can definitely hurt, but... Oh my goodness, the slow motion is real. I feel like I'm playing double action Boogaloo with how much slow motion there is. That's a pretty obscure game, and I love it. It's like, okay, so double action is basically like one of those weird little source engine shooters. But its like whole gimmick is that you can do all kinds of crazy, just kind of parkour tricks, basically. Not only parkour, it's not even remotely parkour, actually, from the actual definition, but yeah. You can dive about, basically, and slide around whilst shooting your enemies, is its whole shtick. And there's a ridiculous slow motion system in that game, in which every single time you get, like, a style kill, I think, just in general, as in while you're sliding or diving through the air, you get a kill, it gives you a second of slow motion. And since it's a multiplayer game, with a very, very small arena, you pretty much like are always in combat with somebody else, and since style kills are pretty much the only way you get any kind of points in that game, everybody is always getting more slow motion when they kill someone else. And so, because slow motion as well has to be simulated the same for everybody, not just the person who activates it, it winds up being that it's pretty much just every single time someone gets a kill, slow motion activates. Alright. We don't need to carry this around if we got better armor, unfortunately. Yeah, it's really slow. I'm going to restart this pretty shortly, once I'm done looking into this little area here. And I actually have to go back to the... I'm going to call it as the assembly room, basically. What's over here? Oh, right, this. I don't like that. I do not think that this entire area should be this large. It is way too large, honestly. Alright, anyway. I think I'm actually done here. So, yeah, I'll cut it here, and I'll be back.